Hi everyone, and welcome to another weekend worksheet. This is weekend worksheet number 12, and we're still talking about IELTS speaking part 2, and I'm still giving you lots of useful ways to improve your part 2 stories, particularly if you have to describe experiences. So today we're going to look at some storytelling verbs which help you describe surprises or unexpected things that happened when you didn't plan it to. So we'll look at a list of verbs which will help you create more engaging and interesting stories which show a greater variety of vocabulary and storytelling awareness. First, let's discover the vocabulary itself. There are about 8 or 9 words in this box. They are saw, noticed, spotted, arrived, appeared, came over, realized, smelled, showed up or popped up, met, heard, felt, and told me. All of these verbs can be used to describe sudden behavior, sudden changes in behavior, or sudden changes in your plan. I have 5 sentences below. Can you put the right verb in the gap? Sentence A. We were walking in the market when we... something delicious. We were walking in the market when we smelled something delicious. Imagine you're walking through a street market, there's food stalls and food being cooked all around you. You might smell something delicious suddenly or by surprise. This is useful if you have a part 2 topic about a new food you tried. You could talk about what was happening before you tried that food or what led you to try that dish. B. My friends and I were at a big house party when suddenly the police. You have 2 choices. The police arrived or the police appeared. When someone enters your story or shows up unplanned, these 2 verbs can help. Arrived and appeared. Sentence C. I was studying at university when I... Nate, for the first time. Nate is the name of a friend, and so I met Nate for the first time. Again, I'm providing the background to this story. Imagine the main focus of my part 2 topic was about Nate, my friend. If he was the main subject, then I could explain the background and what led me to meeting him. Sentence D. I was looking at my phone when a message from my friend... The subject of that part is message. So what does a message do on your phone? That is surprising. The message showed up or popped up. Particularly with technology, notifications, windows and software can pop up, and that means it shows itself. You didn't touch anything or do anything, it just popped up by itself. So that's a good word for a good surprising verb when you're dealing with technology. And E. I was searching for her birthday present when my partner and asked me what I was doing. I was searching for her birthday present when my partner came over and asked me what I was doing. This is not the plan. Maybe I was secretly looking for a birthday present in a department store and I didn't want my partner to see what I was going to get her. But suddenly she saw me and came over. So the surprise was a little bit more difficult. So those are the first 5 surprising verbs. I'm going to copy and paste the taken ones and put them here. There are 5 more sentences. F. I was jogging in the park when suddenly a pain in my ankle. Of course, if it's pain, I felt pain. It's often to use pain as a countable noun, like it is here. I felt a pain in my ankle. Again, this is not something planned. I did not want to experience this, but suddenly, surprise, it happened. G. We were walking around the festival when our favourite song. Of course, if it's a song, you hear a song, so in the past, I heard. Maybe it was me and my friend, and we heard our favourite song together. H. I was waiting in line when that my exam was yesterday. I realised. I was waiting in line when I realised that my exam was yesterday. Realised could be a positive surprise or a negative one. In this case, it's kind of a negative one because you forgot that your exam was yesterday. So you missed your exam. That's an unhappy surprise. I was looking for my hotel when a passerby that I was going the wrong way. A passerby told me that I was going the wrong way. This is a good phrasal verb, a good verb, if you have an interaction with a stranger. Another word for a stranger is a passerby. Someone who was just walking past, maybe heard what your problem was, and then tried to help. You might ask a passerby for directions if you're lost. So finally, we were hiking along the trail when we suddenly... some monkeys jumping through the trees. We suddenly saw, noticed, or spotted some monkeys jumping through the trees. If you ever see something by accident or see something by surprise, you can spot it, notice it, or see it, simply. Noticed and spotted are slightly more dramatic verbs, which means something was not a part of the plan. Maybe it was a surprise. Therefore, it creates slightly more dramatic stories. So, now that you've seen all of these surprising verbs and discovered them, we can practice them in some IELTS context. Here, you've got the same verbs as the previous activity, and I'm going to give you an IELTS Part 2 topic where you have to describe an experience. I've set the scene using the past continuous, and I want you to say what surprising or unexpected thing happened next. If you want some time to think, you can pause the video, have a look, and then take a look at my answer and see if they're any different. The first question is, describe a time when you had to use a foreign language. For many students, they can talk about a time when they spoke English, maybe on vacation or at university for the first time. So, we were walking through a street market when... So what kind of surprising thing happened next, which led you to use a foreign language? Here's my idea. We were walking through a street market when a seller came over and started trying to sell us these tacky plastic toys. What's the connection to language? You could say, I had to tell him we weren't interested in English. in English, in French, in Vietnamese, whichever language you choose. So the verb for the surprise was came over. Okay. Question 2. Describe a time when you had to give someone advice. Again, you can pause the video to think of an idea. Try and use one or more of the verbs in the box to create an unexpected event. So my idea could be, we were casually chatting about work when suddenly, sorry, let me change this. When suddenly our boss showed up and asked us how we felt about the latest project. A little bit generic. Maybe we were chatting in the coffee room or the break room, and suddenly our boss showed up, appeared suddenly, and he asked us how we felt. So maybe it was my turn to give my boss advice and to try and help. Again, I did not expect our boss to come in. That's why he showed up. I've got 2 more part 2 topics. Describe a time when you forgot something important. The background is, I was driving home from work when... I was driving home from work when I realized that I'd left my wallet and my phone at the office. So I had to turn around. I had to turn around and go back and get it. The surprising verb there is I realized. I remembered. I realized suddenly. And final part 2 topic. Describe a time when you met an old friend unexpectedly. The background is, I was looking around the shop for some new clothes when... when I spotted one of my old friends from school looking in the same aisle as me. I went over to him and asked him if his name was, I don't know, Billy. And he said yes. There's an example. So the surprising verb was I spotted. That means I saw him and I didn't expect to. I was kind of surprised. So I hope that's a little bit helpful. I hope that allows you to share some surprising stories in a slightly more interesting and engaging way. It's a bit more engaging and perhaps more impressive than just saying I saw, he said, he told me, and so on. It may just be a little more engaging and dramatic. This exercise came directly from the worksheets that are available in my TPT store. There's 62 pages of them just dedicated to part 2. There's another 30 pages of exercises and practice questions for part 1 as well. There's one part 3 worksheet and there's more on the way, so you can check that out in the link below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can see the next weekend worksheet on Friday afternoon here, which is maybe Saturday morning for you, so you never miss it again. Thank you very much. I will see you next weekend. Bye-bye.